Hi, it's Neve, and welcome to day 1 of the Ignite Video Challenge. I am so super excited to be about to embark on this very special 30-day journey with you. And I know that you might be feeling a little bit differently from how I feel. You might be anywhere from sheer, complete, and utter terror through to joy and delight at the idea of recording videos here with us, or anywhere in between. And I want you to know that however you feel right now, it's perfectly okay and it's perfectly normal. For whatever reason, getting on camera can be a little bit scary. For me, my first ever video, I was so scared that my whole body was shaking. My voice was shaking. My hands were shaking. I was holding the camera, so the whole camera and whole video was shaking. But I showed up again and again, and I continued to practice, and I got comfortable on camera. And then I started to like it, and then I started to love it, and now it's my favorite way to communicate with my audience. And I teach video because I love it so much. So I promise that however you feel, you can transform that feeling simply by showing up throughout these 30 days. Our aim here is not to teach you how to perform or to be like me or to be like anyone else on camera. Our aim here is to help you to turn on that camera and just be yourself and connect to your audience as the real person that you are, so that they can get to know the human behind your message. It's such a powerful medium when we use it to connect. So I want you to take this very special mantra throughout the challenge. It's about connection, not perfection. This is not about getting it right or doing it perfectly. It's about connecting to your audience on camera. So I want you to carry that forward throughout the challenge. Now, before we dive in here, I have a little bit of housekeeping to point you in the right direction here in the challenge. So first, you'll find in the description box of this video and of every video prompt that we do throughout the challenge, you'll find some instructions and some special important links. So the description is either above, to the side, or below, depending on where you're watching this. In there, you'll find the How This Challenge Works video. So that will help you understand exactly what you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis. You'll also find details on how to get a circle if you haven't been assigned one yet or you don't know which one you have. As well, you'll find full details of the workshop that we are holding at the end of this challenge. It's a very special workshop, and the only way that you can attend is if you record all of the videos throughout our challenge here. So it's incredibly special. It's just a little extra motivation and a gift for those of you who make it all the way through. So you'll find all of those details, as well the link to our frequently asked questions section, are all in the description of this video. So go ahead and check that out. Tons of resources there for you. So every day throughout this challenge, we have a tip and a prompt. So for today's tip, we really want to look at the 3 things that really matter when it comes to connecting to your audience via video. And to address the things that really matter, we need to first look at the things that don't matter. And these are funny things that people really think matter, and they really don't. So the number one thing that doesn't matter is your background. People sometimes will get really caught up in having an impressive background. Okay, granted, my background is pretty cool, but I did my first couple hundred videos in front of a blank wall. Why? Because your audience doesn't care what's behind you. They care about what you're saying and connecting to the person on camera. So it doesn't matter what's behind you. It also doesn't matter how you look. A lot of times people think that they need to dress up or put on full makeup or put on their best clothes in order to get on camera. But what happens then is you don't feel like you. And so you're not totally yourself, and then you don't make as strong a connection. Your audience doesn't care how you look. They don't care if you've showered. They don't care if you smell, because they can't smell you. What they care about is getting to know the real you. So I would encourage you to show up on camera not all done up, but simply as you would feel comfortable leaving your house. So maybe you don't, turn up with bedhead and in your pajamas, but however you would feel comfortable going out into the world as you normally would, that's how you want to show up on camera. Also, practicing that means that you can turn on the video camera and record a video anytime the mood strikes. You don't need to do anything special to prepare. So it's a really useful habit to get into. So just show up as you are. The third thing that doesn't matter is your equipment. You don't need to have any fancy lighting rigs, special boom microphones, special cameras. I'm currently recording this video on my laptop camera. I've recorded hundreds and hundreds of videos on a smartphone. The level of our technology these days means you can use pretty much any camera and get a good quality video that allows your audience to connect with you. The only thing that you need to have technology-wise is that people can see you clearly and they can understand what you're saying without effort, so that they can hear you clearly. Seeing and hearing means that they can feel like they're having a real conversation with you. So you don't need to have special fancy equipment to accomplish that. Whatever camera you have access to now is probably fine, okay? So those are the three things. Doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter how you look, doesn't matter what kind of equipment you use. What does matter is the connection somebody feels with you. You're going to hear me say this time and time again. So what does matter? And these are the three tips that I want you to carry throughout this whole challenge and throughout video as you move forward. If you learn nothing else from this challenge, these are the tips I want you to take away. Number one is eye contact with the lens. You want to look at the lens as though you are speaking to it, the lens of your camera. When you're looking at that camera lens, someone feels like you are looking at them. So if I were to say, look at myself on the screen instead of looking at the lens, you no longer feel like we're having a real conversation. It doesn't feel like I'm talking directly to you. And so we lose that sense of connection. But if I look at the lens, ooh, we're really talking. I'm talking right to you. We're in this powerful conversation. Doesn't mean you have to stare it down. You can look away and think and do what you would normally do in a conversation, but bring always your eyes back to that lens. So eye contact with the lens. The second thing that really matters is that your face is lit, that people can clearly see you. So you want to make sure with your lighting that your face is well lit so that people can feel like they're in the room with you, that they can see you quite clearly. Now we are going to have tons of lighting tips coming up in the next few days, so I'm going to show you how to do that, but just always think eye contact with the lens, face lit, and the final one is heart open. I want you to always take a moment before you record a video to do whatever you need to do to feel like you're speaking from the heart. So I take a moment to let my awareness sort of drop down into the heart, close my eyes and take a breath so that I can speak from my heart, so that we really connect in a very deep way. This, for other people, sometimes looks like laughing before they start their video, or turning on their favorite song, or doing something that lets you feel like you and like you're speaking from your power, okay? So just take a moment before each video to take a breath and speak from the heart. So those are the three things that matter, and you're going to hear me say it over and over and over again throughout the challenge. Eye contact with the lens, face lit, heart open. Those are the three things that you really need to know. Now, I'm also going to encourage you, in the light of the connection, not perfection mantra, to always use your first take throughout this challenge. This habit is going to help you connect to your audience more than anything else. Now, I know that sometimes life will happen and that might not happen exactly perfectly throughout the challenge. It's okay. There's no perfect way to do this challenge, but I am going to encourage you to do your best to use your first take. When you stumble, when you say the wrong word, you just straight away fix it. You go ahead and say what you meant to say, and you'll find that the little imperfections in a video are what make your audience truly connect to you as a real human. Real humans aren't perfect, and it's the imperfections that allow us to feel this really strong, very genuine connection. So sometimes in my videos, you'll hear kids shouting at me from the background, you'll hear screaming. You might hear birds. I always have birds flying in the background, or cows, or I stumble. I stutter sometimes. I have trouble getting my words out occasionally, and it's all fine. And you'll find that it only helps you connect to whoever you're watching more, okay? So do your best to use your first take, and you'll find that then as well, moving forward, it makes you very free in recording your videos to show up as you are, speak from the heart, and be yourself and have your audience truly connect to you. Okay, so that is your tip. Eye contact with the lens, face slit, heart open. And your prompt for today is, I want you to share with us what you want to get out of this challenge, okay? So for me, what I want to get is to be able to experience your journey. There's nothing I love more than watching someone go from, feeling scared and restricted and like they can't be themselves, all the way through to loving video and showing up and really connecting. I love the deep connections that I get to make here with all of you throughout this challenge. So that's really why I'm here. That's what I want to get out of this challenge. And I want to hear today what you want to get out of this challenge. So don't forget, eye contact with the lens, face lit, heart open. Turn on your video camera, record a 2-minute or less video about what you want to get out of this challenge, upload it, share it with your circle, watch 2 or 3 other videos within your circle, and I cannot wait to embark on this journey with you. Lots of love. Let's get started.